Hello, I'm Sorospa, and today I'll be your humble guide through OFF. So, picking up right where we left off previously, you're going into Zone 1. Oh, let's do it. Game. Uh, and here we get our first introduction to the worker NPCs. I don't remember if they have any other name, but we're going to be seeing them all over the place. I'm superior. Alright, so that's the plan. I guess metal is purple. Okay, so basically, this thing is our first party member, if you can call it that. The batter is a pretty solitary fellow, so he doesn't really get party members in the traditional sense. Instead, he gets these add-ons, which play the part, but don't really talk much. Although there's a weird pattern to them. This one is called Alpha, and it is of class Father. I don't know what grade means. Also, some of these look like they're still in French, but I get the idea from context. Guess they missed the status screen. Hmm. Treasure chests. Just because we're in a very different world from the typical fantasy world, doesn't mean we're not gonna loot every single treasure chest we find. Yeah, so as we were warned, one of the notable things about this game is that the um, the overworld uh, kind of areas they're not that visually distinct. In dungeons, it's kind of easy to lose track of where you are and where you've already explored. Oh dear. Now, when I say the music of this game is notable, this one, the battle theme, is definitely a notable one there. It's called Pepper Steak, and it's definitely this is where you can really start to tell that the soundtrack is pretty unconventional. Maybe I'll just let it go for a while, although you'll definitely hear plenty of it throughout the game. Oh, I should use wide angle. Maybe I'll wait till there's only one left. You guys are really beating me up. I will try to analyze as many enemies as I can, so you can kind of see their little descriptions and stuff. Um, I might miss a few here and there. It's hard to say, but I'll try not to forget. I don't know if we even see these guys again. Luck tickets. Alrighty, so, um, let's proceed inward, and hopefully I won't spend too much time wandering around. The workers are obviously, pretty timid and don't tend to be very useful most of the time. They just kind of have bad things happen to them. And yeah, the elements in this game. This is probably one of the few games you're gonna see where enemies can have a weakness to meat. There's meat, smoke, metal, and plastic. Yes, that's it. Meat, smoke, metal, and plastic. So let's see here. Unfortunately, there's not quite as much to comment on here as in Final Fantasy IV. It's kind of easy to riff on a game that does actually kind of play on a lot of the fantasy tropes, whereas this game is kind of it's not really like anything at all that I know of. But you know, hopefully you can kind of you can see for yourself. I think that this game will probably go a long way towards providing the entertainment without as much help from me, but you know, I'm gonna try not to be completely pointless here. Otherwise I could just turn the commentary off and stop blathering. But that's not the plan today. Let's see. Actually don't know what this is about. I can't remember if I ever find a way to open that door. Let's see, here's another one. At a wide angle. Eventually we will get elemental attacks, but not quite yet. And another thing is that I tend to be pretty liberal with special attacks in this game. I think just because the dungeons tend to be shorter, you can kind of afford to use them up a little more. He's a real talkative guy, isn't he? I'll give you just a moment to make sure that you're reading that right. Yes, you are. This is kind of a weird game. Have I mentioned that? So there's kind of a little Easter egg here, I guess. I don't know what that's about, but I think you can only do it once, ever. I don't know, but I thought I'd show it off anyway. It might be some kind of, I don't know, reference that I'm not getting. Side joke or something. Could be. Or it's just a random thing. So you can kind of see that the four elements I listed are kind of the primordial elements of this world. Smoke being the air that they breathe, and metal forming the earth. And you can probably guess at what meat is for, but plastic might be a little less obvious, and we'll get to that in time. I keep saying that, don't I? I am kind of curious about the biology of these metal cows. Where does the metal come from? Hmm. Anyway, we're just gonna kill these guys. There's not much to it. Oh yeah, there is one thing of note. Yeah, he generates speech bubbles. Oops. For some reason I was thinking I could pull out an attack move. I meant to do that with Alpha. So this is kind of a recurring thing. Well, listen, I can't manage the controls at all. That enemies are capable of producing dangerous speech bubbles. They're reproducing. Come on. So, yeah, kind of weird, but pretty much par for the course so far. Really best to take out the ghost first, to be honest. And if I were a little more competent, I could have done a better job at that earlier. You may notice when an attack misses, it still goes through the animation. It just doesn't give a damage number, which can be a little confusing at times. The blinded status is kind of an inconvenience at the moment because I need to kill these things. There we go. There we go, okay. So this is an important skill. Save first base is your healing move. The batter's gonna have, I think, our only healing abilities among our party, so it's gonna be important to make sure he's got enough to throw out those heals. Come on. Don't be difficult now. Also, no victory fanfare in this game. I guess I don't know what a victory fanfare in off would sound like exactly. Did I, no, I wide-angled one of these guys, I remember now. I think I accidentally did it twice. Obviously, I wasn't paying attention to what it said, so I hope you were. Oops. Lock pushing puzzles. Who doesn't love block pushing puzzles? Unfortunately, whoa, that was pretty awesome. I was just about to say how you can't really, stop two speech bubbles from being generated. But I guess I was wrong, because I got a critical hit, so that's sweet. What an asshole. This guy is obviously not aware that he lives in an RPG, or else he wouldn't have said that. So yeah, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his name. I presume it is a French name, which means my chances of pronouncing it correctly are roughly 0%. Um, I've been inclined to think that the pronunciation is Didon. Uh, Dadon? I don't know. Dadon sounds close, but I'm just guessing. I'm a lot better at reading than I am at talking. Let's see. Was there anything I left behind? Can I get another one? No. Just once in the whole game. There's nothing back there. Okay, we're moving on. Let's see. I think this is the next one we're going to. I wonder what that guy says. Oh well, no harm done. Wait, hold on. I'm going in circles here. Now, I did this earlier when I was doing my test run. Where am I going now? Let's see. I've gotten all lost. Oh, no, no, no. Now I remember. I'm not taking that one. Not taking the train. This place is now open. Okay, I'm confused for a second. In case it wasn't hard enough to find our way around, now it gets dark. So, that'll be fun. Of course. Guess we just need to take these guys out quickly. Or they start laughing at us more. Stop it! Stop laughing. You aren't that funny. Not like me. I'm hilarious. No, I'm not. Come on. Die. That wasn't so bad. Of course, now, floating speech bubbles are giving us chronic migraines. So that's not good, I guess. Nice. Dead end. Okay, so this is the only way forward. Doing a pretty good job there. And I hate having to run into floating heads. It sucks. I can't even tell you how often that happens. These are called Mongolias, right? Yeah, nothing in this game has names that make sense. It's just the way it is. Although I guess it probably makes its own sort of sense. It just doesn't make much sense to me. See, I gotta heal after this. See, we're making pretty good time so far. Oh wait, no, wait, I had it right. There we go, okay. Aw, jeez, come on. I was doing so well. What did I just do? Oh well, it's probably not important. Was it Magnolia? Well, now I'm not even sure anymore. Neither of them really makes sense. You guys again. Come on, get out of here. Come on. I don't have time for this vampire ghost shit. Don't blind me. Who do you think you are? Dead, that's what you are. Can speech bubbles die? Okay, so now we've narrowed it down to one passage again. Excellent. Just as planned. Stop that. Stop giving me migraines. How can I hit you with a baseball bat if I have a migraine? Just, that would be terrible. Are we out of here? Yep. See, like I said, the dungeons aren't that long. How am I gonna make any jokes if Zachary's gonna make them all for me? Let's see, we want one of these, two of these. About it, I think. Okay. Let's equip the. Eventually, we'll get better weapons too. Not quite sure what an R of Justice or a Radius Epidermis are. The game is a little abstract about some of these defensive objects. Alright, so we are in the basement. So this is our next puzzle, and this is the point where the puzzles start to get properly puzzly. So the idea is we need a 5-digit number to punch in to find the proper floor. These guys are going to give us a lot of numbers, but unfortunately, they're random. Completely meaningless, really. The trick to it is... Actually, where does this way go? Have I been this way before? I don't think I have. Oh, okay. I've been this way. I meant to cancel, but I didn't press it right. But no, we're not leaving. So the trick to finding our way, the proper floor, and I have notes on the puzzles, but I didn't take notes on this one. I don't know why. Is to note these guys in this corner here. They always say the same number, unlike all the others who give random numbers. And one of them is a 5-digit number, and that's the one we're interested. 10258. So let's give it a shot. 10258. you have it. And just for kicks, go to the wrong floor. You'll just kind of end up in a random place with more guys saying random meaningless things. There's actually, now that I think about this, this would be a good place to hide an Easter egg. I mean, who would even find it unless they, knew the code? And this is the roof, where the judge is. I couldn't miss this opportunity. Why does the background appear to be shaking? It's gonna make me seasick. Thanks. Anyway, 10258. Let's get on with it. So, this is where it gets kind of freaky. These things are called burns. And they're, kind of head exploding. There's really not much to do but to beat them to death with a baseball bat. The fuck does that mean? Okay, next puzzle. Basically there's just a bunch of these, and you'll notice that it mentions a number. This one's 6, and next one is gonna be Shamadoozy. 8. Where does this one go? Up, then where does this lead? I remember seeing this before. Another enemy to wide angle. Bad intentions. Let's kill it. We already have those. Well, that was kind of a waste. Oh well. I think the encounter rate in this game is a little more reasonable than Final Fantasy IV. Which makes sense. I mean, it's a more modern game, so you'd kind of expect it to be a little more mellow. People figured out that running into monsters every 2 steps is kind of annoying. And our friend the batter walks pretty quick here, so we don't have to spend too much time wandering around. So this is a little more subtle, but this would be 1. help but wonder if the rest of the message means something. Like it might be some kind of reference to something. I don't know. This stuff doesn't really come up in the game, so I'm not sure. The reason I think it might be some kind of reference, I'll get to that in a moment. Running low on the alpha's CPU. Oh well. Here we go. The reason I think the other ones might be references is because this one pretty obviously seems to be a reference to Final Fantasy. So I wonder if the other ones have similar meanings, but I've never really been able to guess at the other ones. So it's good to write this stuff down, and in fact I wrote it down ahead of time so I wouldn't have to worry about memorizing it or leaving the game for a moment to write it down. That's a bad sign. The end. Now we've got a metal elemental attack. Come on. Pretty easy. Burns aren't that hard to deal with. Oh, we're pretty much done here. Alright, to Alma. Alma? I'm going there, in any case. So this is kind of an odd puzzle. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this one. But basically you're supposed to take a look at these 3 posters, and pay close attention to the details. And, I'll give you a couple looks at them, if you want to play along at home. Although I'm not able to do it unless I get multiple looks after trying to answer the questions. But you know, you can always rewind the video. Got it? Okay, good. So for those of you who do want to play along at home, I don't know if anyone does, but you know, just in case. Um, I'll answer the questions wrong the first time. I guess I went through that first one kind of fast. So, you know, if you want to figure it out, you can rewind and study the posters and see if you can figure it out. In the meantime, I'm going to move on and did I write these down out of order? Six. So, in sixth question, again, want to play along at home, you can give it a shot, but I will now enter the actual answer, which is 87. Normally that one takes me a while to get through, but I figured that wouldn't be too entertaining to watch. Oops. Apparently my fingers are slippery today. Oh yeah, these guys sap your CP, which is pretty freaking annoying. Is there another save point around? Uh-oh. God damn it. I hate these things. Oh hey, it's Zachary. Alright, let's see what we got here. That one. I think that's all we need. Let's equip. I don't know how you color either. But we do that. So, next up, we have to solve another puzzle. First, we gotta take out a lot of these guys because they are in the way definitively. I should probably take that thing out before it that's my MP. Now the reason that this is the best puzzle is that it involves duck boats, and one of the most disgusting sound effects I've ever heard. May as well get used to that, because we'll be hearing it for a while. So the important thing is the numbers on the walls. They're number pairs, and we have to find all of them, or at least we would have to find all of them if I hadn't written them down in advance, but I'll show them off anyway, for the sake of completeness. Oh yeah, I got a wide angle. Let's try a weighted embrace. This one's a poison move. I think that status effects are what Alpha specializes in. But right now we're going to kill him too quickly for it to really matter. Wow, nice. So normally you'd go through kind of writing these down, that kind of thing. And of course, killing these guys in order to free up the duck boat summoning things. Buttons. Yes. I don't know how that works exactly. Couldn't tell you. But it does. So you gotta kill him. Oh boy. Let's see, oops. That one, it throws me off because if I accidentally select it, then it doesn't have a target. So there's no real room for error. Courage. That guy out. Now we can summon it over here, although we won't need that for a while, because before we enter the code, of course. I should probably be paying attention to the resistances and weaknesses, but you know, whatever. So these are the next sets of numbers. And treasure! Let's disembark right here so we can save. So one thing that might throw you off, and it threw me off at first, is that the last ones are hidden right down here. So if you don't know to look down there, it's not entirely obvious. You might take a while to figure out that you need to enter 8 different numbers. So, it might be obvious, I don't know, but the way the number pairs work is that the first number specifies the order, and the second one specifies the actual number you're entering. So the numbers we've got here is the first one is 4, then 9, 8, 2, 6, 5, 9, and C. There we go. Let's enter from this side. God, that's a gross sounding sound effect. I guess it does sound like you're pedaling a duck boat through liquid meat, I suppose. So, points for accuracy, I guess. So let's talk to the judge first. Okay, so this one's got a classic trick to it. You walk towards one of the entranceways. You hear that? Music got louder. Probably a little hard to hear me. Once you learn that trick, it's not that hard to figure out where to go. Ah, there we go. That wasn't so tough. Also, reviewing what we've got, Belial's meat cures status effects. Abaddon's meat is like a tent, I guess, and Joker's revive. So that's the nifty items that we've got. And I may actually use them because boss battles kind of tend to drag on in this game, I think. This one does, at least. Alright, let's do this. One thing is that, for some reason I just really like the visual aesthetic of this guy, whose name I may or may not know how to pronounce. I don't know, it's just, he's got kind of this weird, interesting look. It's kind of monstrous and kind of badass with the long coat and the boots. And the really weird mouth teeth thing he's got going on. I don't know. Something about his design just really clicks with me. And unfortunately, he's gonna absorb a hell of a lot of punishment. I do think that this drags on a little longer than necessary. But pretty much we're just gonna ceaselessly beat on him until he's done. And he's going to try and inflict Furious on us, which is basically just Berserk, as you'd probably guess. Oh, and sleep, so now I can't heal my guy like I was about to. So that's nice. Slept through getting a hit in the face. Come on. Let's see, first base. There we go. Unlike in Final Fantasy, where I didn't really want to use items, in this game it's kind of necessary in boss fights. Just because you run out of stuff, of CP. if you don't heal it. So it's kind of necessary to eventually heal your stuff. Another positive is that, unlike in Final Fantasy, I don't anticipate needing to grind. This game is a little more compact, and it doesn't really require you to kind of stop and level up. Not really. So we should be able to consistently stay at the level we need to. I'm hoping so, at least. I don't think the poison ever took on that guy, but you know, not really a big deal. Let's see. I do wish I knew how much health he has. As ever, I consistently hold on to the idea that there's really no point in holding back the boss's health from the player. I just don't see what benefit you get out of that. But you know, whatever. It's not a big deal. We just got to keep wailing on him, I guess. I might use silver flesh on the batter, just so we can keep saving first base. Come on, we gotta take this guy down. Ah, damn it. Come on, die. Die. Run with courage. Oh, we should take that out. We don't want his kanji attacking us, I guess. Why does he have kanji? I thought he was French. I have no idea. Come on, we got this. Come on. Gotta save first base. Damn it. Come on, wake up. Gotta take him down. Ah, damn it. Come on. It's not fair. Die already. Jesus, dude. Let's use another silver flesh. Not a moment too soon either. I did tell you that this guy can fucking take damage like crazy, right? Hey, we got him. That's more like it. Alright, so that was Zone 1. That was pretty much perfect, about an hour. Just about as good as I could have hoped for. So I think that just about wraps it up for today. Next time we're going to be visiting Zone 2, checking out what's going on over there and doing more purification by beating things to death with a baseball bat. So, I hope to see you there.